sound a little sexy.
Ugh. I'm under the weather. Hi, I am Erin.
Oh, I'm Nicole.
This is Dude, That's Fucked Up. We didn't introduce the podcast last time.
Our 30th episode, we just fucking messed it up so bad.
Just really phoned it in.
Yeah.
No, that was I love last week's episode. It was so fun.
So fun.
Yeah, welcome, dudes. How's everybody doing?
Yeah.
I sound terrible. Sorry for my cold voice.
No, cold voices is your sexy voice.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. Oh. Kathleen Turner, is that you?
Oh, Lord. Well.
Lana Del Rey?
Lana Del Rey. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
I wish I could write a song for the person that we're going to talk about today.
Oh, maybe we
in
will.
Lana Del Rey, in a Lana Del Rey style.
Yeah. Oh.
Well, last week, or was it, no, yes, last week.
When this is out.
Yes.
Yeah.
When this is out, we launched the Patreon.
Yay!
And thank you so much to everybody who's donated so far. That is, like, blowing my mind.
Same. It was weird. I was like, oh man, like because I launched it the night before, because that's when like the episode launches, so that they'd be live at the same time. And I like woke up and nothing had happened, and I was like, oh no, this was like a really bad idea. And then, it wasn't. It was like people were like excited and pledging and stuff, and I was like, oh my god.
Yeah. And we got our new logo from our good friend Brad, who's just a super cool person that we like went to high school with. We grew up with. He's like from our hometown. So
you guys, Brad designs like fucking cool skateboard company logos and has the sickest Instagram channel and is just like super cool. And I don't really know him.
He's so cool. Yeah, I know him. He and our other good friend Travis have a company together.
Yeah.
And they like make cool clothing and stuff. So shout out to Weather Mountain and all the things. And if you guys want to follow Brad, his Instagram handle is Brad L Walters. There's a L between the Brad and the Walters.
Yeah, and you could also, if you need to get some logo design or something, or some help designing really anything, you could also reach out to him at bradwaltersdesign.com. So he has a cool website. He's really awesome, and like he just like came up with that. We just sent him the old kind of like imagery that we had, the artwork that Erin created on the toilet.
I literally did. I made that logo on an app on my phone while I was sitting on the toilet. So just like a lot of,
that's how fucking talented you are. Okay. I want everyone to understand, like, Erin's dumps are more productive than other people's actual real life.
Sorry,
not sorry.
Yep. That's me.
Yeah. So we sent that to Brad and we're like, oh yeah, something like, like this, but that we could print on things, because our old artwork was like, it would be hard and very expensive to print on things. So he's like, oh yeah. And then he just like turned it around and was like, here's all these amazing options. And we're like, we like them all. So yeah,
that so awesome. Thank you again, Brad. And he and Travis also have a like screen printing business, which, like Brad does all the design for, and Travis does all the like awesome marketing and like the actual printing.
Yeah.
They have like and it's in our hometown, and it's called Buffalo House Printing Company. So shout out to them too.
Yeah. Oh, that's where we're gonna get our shirts, you guys. And
yeah, dudes.
Oh my god, I'm so excited.
Me too. I'm gonna wear the shit out of that shirt when we finally get it.
I'm only gonna wear that shirt.
Yeah. Like, I'm gonna smell like shit, but
I was gonna get multiple.
Oh, Oh, yeah. Oh, you're gonna wash your clothes. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh,
Got it.
I'll have like a variety. Like
All right.
I'll have like one for every day of the week.
Mine has like chili stains and like pit stains.
DJ's like,
You're
hey,
like,
maybe change your shirt. You're like, no.
I love this shirt.
I
yeah,
love the shirt. We love it.
I love it. Oh my god. Yeah, so check out all their stuff. BradWaltersDesign.com, Brad's Instagram, Buffalo House Printing Company, Weather Mountain. So many cool things. We love you guys.
Well,
and
yeah.
represent our hometown.
Yeah. We'll
in the
post
San
about
Bernardino
it too.
Mountains. Yeah.
Um,
Anything fucked up happened to you this week?
No. Okay. I didn't really have anything, and then I went to go shower, and I was naked, and I saw myself in the mirror, and I have like a weird tan right now. It looks like I'm wearing one of those triathlon suits, but that's like the white part. Yeah, it's really weird.
Oh no.
What's your fucked upness that you're sick?
Okay, that I'm sick, and I'm trying to get better before I go to this wedding this weekend. Man, I thought weddings were gonna taper off when I got older, but I get older and they stay the same age, man. All my friends are like younger and like hotter, and I don't know.
Oh man, you gotta have less friends. Just cut them out.
Oh, that's true. I probably should just that's a better idea. But actually my fucked up thing of the week is actually a confession. Because I'm so dumb. When we were I can't talk. I have mush mouth right now. When we were recording last week and we were talking about the Balloon Fest. I didn't realize that you made this like A+++ joke about. Okay, I just got it. I just got this joke, and I feel like a fucking asshole. And the reason I got it finally was because somebody tweeted about it, and this girl Kelby was like, "You deserve a Pulitzer for a joke that you made about inflation." Oh man, I gotta find that tweet. It's so funny.
Confession corner. I wasn't making a joke intentionally.
No, dude, don't say that. We'll cut it out because then you look like you do. The girls like said that you need a Pulitzer.
I mean, I still deserve one because I said it. But listen,
yeah.
What I was saying, because you said like the 1.5 million, and I'm like, oh, what is that with today's inflation? And then she tweeted that, and I was like, oh fuck, I'm like a fucking genius.
Oh, are you though?
No,
are you?
No. I'm like a baby genius. It's accidental. I don't know. But yeah.
Oh my god. Well, speaking of geniuses,
oh, good.
Thank you. We're talking about a person who really just I don't know. I don't even know what to say about this guy. We're talking about Tycho Brahe today.
Yeah, Brahe. Brahe, girl.
Brahe, girl.
When you first sent this to me, I was like, I don't know. I was like, oh, it's a science guy from the 16th century.
You're like, nerd alert.
Yeah, I was like, cool. No, astronomy is real fun. But then this guy is a fucking train wreck. And
oh my god, I love him. I love him.
Yeah.
I am obsessed with him. I might have a crush on him. I don't know.
There's so many things, but I feel like the way we could describe this is if like if a Game of Thrones like episode and a Disney movie had like a baby, and then this was this man's life. Because there's a little person in it, which was like this man's jester / personal assistant / roommate. So it's like a Tyrion from Game of Thrones, and then it's like a Doc from Snow White.
Mm-hmm.
And then
I feel like Game of Thrones got a lot of their influence for Tyrion from
this guy.
From this guy.
Yeah, because we'll talk about the.
Well, we'll get
thing.
about it. Yeah, we'll get to it. Yeah.
And then he had a best friend that was an elk. So that reminded me of like how all the Starks have a dire wolf as their best friend.
Mm-hmm.
And then how like Aladdin had his monkey dude, Apu, and Ariel had a fish named Flounder, and then that Ophi dude from Frozen, I don't know what his name is, but I know his elk's name, who was his best friend, which was Sven. Oh yeah, Olaf and Sven.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, he was Ophi and his name was Olaf. And then there's like this like nose thing, which we'll get into, but it reminds me of Tyrion again. And then also Captain Hook and Peter Pan, or even Pinocchio, because he had like a nose situation. And then none of the kids in movies and none of the Stark kids have parents, and this guy kind of didn't have parents around.
He had two parents, really. Yeah. Well, I mean, everybody does, but you know. You know what I mean.
Like two sets.
He had two sets of parents, basically.
But that's kind
of this guy. Yeah. This is some interesting. I truly believe that like most of our like fairy tales and like inspiration for like fucked up literary characters comes from this real life person.
Nobody can live their life like this anymore, which is sad. But this guy was doing it right.
I mean, you know what though? This guy was rich. I just spit everywhere. If you have lots of money, you can do whatever the fuck you want, apparently.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
So, okay. So basically Tycho Brahe was, he was from Denmark, and was an astronomer who is most well known for making the most accurate measurements of the stars and planets with the naked eye. That's really, really good.
Yeah, that's what they had back then. So, but his were spot on. Or they were like close.
Like, you know how flat earthers are like making all of their like theories and judgments and with their stupid eyes, and that's it. Yeah. This guy was making observations that were actually accurate and with science to back him up with his fucking eyes, and that's it.
Yeah, and like set the foundation for future theories about gravity and other star-related things. So he was cool.
He was awesome. So yeah, he was born, let's see. Oh, I'm going to go back to my notes here. Sorry. He was born in Denmark in 1546. He did all kinds of stuff in his life, but like most like appropriately and notably, he was the personal astronomer for the Danish king before settling in Prague in the court of the Holy Roman Emperor Rudolf II. And he, as one of his, as he was like growing in fame and like becoming more of a professional and like, you know, making all these crazy discoveries, he hired the not yet famous German astronomer Johannes Kepler as his assistant. Johannes. You're right. Or Johann, whatever.
Yeah.
Kepler was his assistant. So
yeah.
And Kepler is very famous. Like we know who all these people are because of Tycho Brahe.
I think when you say we, you mean you.
Yes.
I know.
I love this shit. It's so interesting.
Yeah.
So this guy has a ton of legends about him though. Like not like we were just talking, like gathering up our notes before we started, and you were like, the least interesting thing about this guy is his like super important scientific discoveries. And I think you're correct.
Ew, excuse me.
Whoa.
Yeah, there was like a phlegmy thing in there. Yeah, I like even for you, and you think all this stuff is interesting. Like you like all the science stuff, and you're still like, oh yeah, no, that's cool, brah. Hey,
it's cool, brah. Hey,
yeah.
So like, there's so many things that like are actual legends of this person, where everybody like has these like kind of, I don't know. There's rumors abound because he did so much crazy shit.
But are they rumors?
some of them are and
okay.
some of them aren't. So,
Yeah.
but we'll get to the bottom of it. So
Okay.
let's see. Like, how the fuck is his name even pronounced, first of all?
Yeah.
So there's, like, I'm going to say it the most Californian way I can. Like,
Okay.
a la the Californians from SNL. Like, Tycho Brahe.
Oh, good. That's really good.
Yeah. Get pitted, so pitted.
I rewatched that.
It's so good.
Yeah.
But some people pronounce it Tycho Brahe, or just Tycho Brahe, like Bra.
I don't think those are right. I think it's
I don't
Tycho
either.
Brahe.
Tycho Brahe, yeah.
Although
that's how I've always
it's
heard it.
German. It's like because
Tycho Brahe. I don't know.
Tycho Brahe.
No, he's Danish. He's Danish.
Yeah, but they speak like a dialect of German. So
right,
it would
sure.
be like, I had to Google this. I don't
Got it. I
know
see.
that.
I was like, whoa.
Yeah, because I was like, is Danish a language? And then, it's like a dialect of German. But anyway, yeah. That was that's like he's elusive in that way to be.
Yeah, just his damn name.
Fuck.
And then when he was, there's rumors that this is actually true, that he was kidnapped when he was a baby.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get into all this in a little bit, but we're just gonna go through some of the legends about Tycho. He got into a couple of real high-profile affairs, allegedly. Mm-hmm. He had a fake nose made out of some sort of metal. What that is, we'll get to later.
Yeah.
And people think he was poisoned when he died later in life, and people think he was poisoned. But because people were really taking notice of him because he became like a literal rock star.
Yeah.
And he was really throwing it all out there, doing crazy stuff. And did people want to off him because of that? Let's find out. Let's dig into it.
Yeah.
So he was born into a highly aristocratic, very, very wealthy family. December 14th, 1546. He was born in a Danish region of Scania, which is now Sweden, apparently. And yeah, I don't know. He was kidnapped by his uncle when he was 2. Like, his uncle was like, I'm just going to take him. So what had happened?
We don't know.
Well, what had happened was his father, Tycho's father, originally had this deal with his brother where he told him, you could have him. Like, if you don't, because he had no kids, they couldn't have children. But it's like they needed to have every branch of the family firing on all cylinders, you know? Mm-hmm. So, and then apparently Tycho Brahe had a twin that died. So maybe, like, I think that maybe that had something to do with the dad's decision to renege on the deal. So he was like, oh no, we don't have 2 babies anymore and can't spare one, sorry. And so that he reneged on the deal, and the uncle was like, what the fuck, man, I need a kid. So he just took him. So crazy. Tycho's biological parents were pissed at first, but then they were like, it's cool, you're really wealthy. Like, the uncle was really wealthy, so he could, like, raise him and support him and put him in the finest schools. So,
but also they said he could take him, so it's like,
yeah.
Which is it?
What a family argument.
Yeah. Ew. Yeah. So weird.
What? Okay. Say it almost every episode. I am so glad I live now.
You would have been maybe killed if because we're both the oldest and we're women, so we would have, like, no one would have wanted us.
No, we're marketable. We have to fetch the husbands, though. We have to, like, be married into a good family. Wow. But that's only if we were born into a good family, so.
Listen, you know what? I'm, like, cute-ish, but, like, I couldn't have found a man with my looks alone. And I don't think back then, like, they were into funny bitches, so It would have just been like...
I don't know. You could have... You have some marketable skills, I think.
Good. Okay.
Yeah. Uh-huh. You also have beautiful hair.
I do. Oh, true. Actually, I actually look like people in that time period.
Yeah.
I have the curls, and I have the face, and I have the flubby belly.
Yeah.
So I would have been golden. There's fucking paintings that look like me, you guys.
Yeah, dude.
From that time period.
That's weird. This dude just like grew up in castles all his damn life, and he went to the finest schools because obviously like aristocratic families were all about educating their young men. Young ladies, get married as quickly as possible and start popping out those kids. No education for you.
Ew.
So yeah, he went to, I think when he was like really young, like when he was 16 or 15.
Oh, he was a little Doogie Howser?
Little Doogie Howser, yeah. He went to the Lutheran University of Copenhagen when he was a young man to study law. And at that school, they had like a pretty full, well-rounded curriculum, mathematics, philosophy, Aristotelian physics, and cosmology. And that's where he kind of like got interested in astronomy. He witnessed a solar eclipse that occurred on August 21st, 1560. And he was like, this is fucking tight. But the predicted date and time were off of the eclipse. So he was just like, why is the math wrong on this? Is like, what's going on here? So it irritated him, and he wanted to figure out why the prediction was wrong.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Like, you see something, you say something. Like,
that's right.
You don't like it, you fucking figure out how to do it better.
Yeah. He was like, I need to do this better. So he really dove into astronomy and wanted to figure out a better way to observe and predict the astronomical phenomenon. But his adoptive parents were like not stoked about this. They wanted him to be a lawyer or go into law.
His uncle dad?
Yeah, his uncle dad. His uncle daddy. Yeah, they were like, no, you have to like do your duty as a child that we kidnapped. And I think too at this time, like astronomy was like a pretty, I don't know that it was like, it wasn't making the money probably like being a person in law. Like if you're a rich person, you want like law people on your side so that you can like figure out ways to tax the poor people and get more money for yourself.
I would look at people who were like into astronomy at that point as crazies, because you're just like, who's paying you to be like, look, a star, hey, look, another star, there's a star, there's a star, like what? I don't understand what else you're doing.
Yeah, I guess maybe it's the same way as it is now. Like people are like, whoa, cool, you're an astronomer, all right.
Yeah. So
are you working for NASA?
Yeah.
No, you're just an astronomer. Okay, cool. You're just looking at stars. All right. No, I don't know.
I don't know what they do. It's fine.
Yeah. Anyway, but it wasn't like a common. Yeah. You know, how many astronomers you know?
I don't know.
Many.
I don't know a single astronomer.
I know people who work for space programs.
Oh.
But yeah. But they're not like the head astronomer or whatever the fuck. Anyway. So
they're not the CEA.
Yeah.
Chief Executive Astronomer.
Oh my God.
Oh, fucking kill me.
So yeah, they yanked him out of that school and they sent him away to the University of Leipzig, where they did not have an astronomy curriculum. So he like studied astronomy on the down low anyway. Like he took his allowance and bought like all the shit he needed, like all the like equipment, and he was out there doing it for himself.
He went to night school. He got his astronomy GED.
Yeah.
He was like, fuck you, I'm doing this.
Yeah, fuck you, mom and dad.
Yeah.
Or aunt and uncle.
Aunt, mom, and uncle, dad.
Aunt, mom, and uncle, dad. I'm going to learn astronomy if I want to. So, but before he was even 18, because he, like, really applied himself, he figured out that neither Ptolemy nor Copernicus could give the exact date for astrological phenomenon, and realized that to make an exact prediction, he needed to make it a more systematic and rigorous observation. So it wasn't just like the phases and the this and the that based on like what was known. He just like was like, I need to get to the bottom of this and really be detailed. So he started maintaining a detailed journal of all of his astronomical observations. And then after he turned 18, he transferred schools again and started studying at the University of Rostock. So he was like he was learning a lot. And I mean, there was only so much to learn.
At that time. I was just wondering too, like when he turned 18, he like left and went to a different university, and I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense, because then he was like legal, he could do whatever he want. But like,
yeah, because before he was
probably
like,
that wasn't a thing back then, because you were like an adult at 15, so it's just a coincidence.
I think there was like legal law for like, I think 18 is like was like a standard too.
Oh
then.
Wow.
Yeah.
Huh.
I don't know. So he really started studying in earnest there. But it was there that he got in a fight with somebody in a duel, and they had a duel.
Ooh, that's how you solve problems then.
Yeah. That's, instead of like, there was no internet to fight people on, I guess.
Yeah, you just would sword fight in tights with your big package out. Like
your
in all the movies. Yeah.
Yeah, he literally got in a fight with another dude who happened to be his third cousin, because back then all the rich people were related. He got in a fight with him because they were arguing about a fucking math problem.
Fuck off.
Oh, fucking nerds!
Nerd alert!
Oh my god.
Who cares?
They did, apparently, because they got so heated about it. They were like, let's fucking sword fight, bitch. And they started fucking dueling each other. And Tycho got like half his nose chopped off.
Ew.
I know.
Like,
his like,
how dumb. Okay, you know when you're like, you know how now that we're 30 and we can like, well, like 30 something. Now that we're 30 something, we can like look back in our early 20s and be like, that was fucking stupid. Like, I can't believe that. At least we didn't lose part of our noses battling over our approach to like a fucking math equation.
God damn it.
Like, I would hate myself for the rest of my life.
Back then, like, that was probably, like, fucking cool.
Yeah.
You know?
It was, like honorable.
Yeah. And it was, like, not everybody could do math. So they were like, bitch, we're fighting over the most obscure thing that you could even fight over. And nobody can say who's right or who's wrong, because everybody is like, I don't know how to do math.
How it's like in today's times, if like two coders who worked at Google like got into some sort of
there's fights
altercation.
over tabs and spaces, man, and when you're coding.
Oh yeah. But how
yeah.
would they solve it today?
Like, they would hack into their fucking computers and like put child porn on it or something. And then call the FBI.
That's fucking dirty.
That's fucking gnarly.
But what's the honorable way to fight? Like, what would be the honorable way that they would solve that? Like, I challenge you to a hot dog eating contest.
Code off? I don't know what the fuck.
Code off.
It'd be like, I'd be like astrophysicists getting in a fight and being like, going, I don't know, like on Twitter or like talking in the New York Times and like lambasting them in the I don't know, fucking
in
the press. I don't know.
I don't know either.
That's crazy.
Maybe it'd be like a cycle off or something. Like, okay, we're gonna meet when the sun is highest in the sky, aka noon, and we're gonna get a city bike, and we're gonna
on the autumnal equinox.
And we're gonna ride that thing. Whoever rides that thing fastest to the pita pit. I don't know.
We've lost the narrative thread.
Yeah.
So yeah, he lost part of his nose. I think like the bridge of his nose, like the middle part, got like a chunk got taken out. So he had to have a fucking fake nose part made.
Ew.
Yeah. So there's a lot of speculation, and it was always assumed that he had a silver or gold fake nose.
Yeah.
So that, or like some sort of like mixture of the two.
Yeah.
But they had to exhume him for reasons we'll talk about later, in the like early 19th century. And they found out, actually no, they exhumed him twice. Yeah. In 2010, they determined that they like they didn't see his fake nose. It probably like turned to dust, but the bones around his nose had trace elements of brass, apparently. Oh. I think so. It wasn't even gold or silver.
But that was the one he was buried in, because some people think he actually had like fancy occasion noses. Like,
I think so too.
Yeah, I think so too, because you could have a silver one for, I don't know, like if you're feeling like sassy, or a gold one for like someone's wedding. Like if you're attending like someone's wedding, or like a knighting.
If you're more of like a summer, you need the gold. Yeah. If you're like more of a winter, you need the silver.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes you just want to mix it up.
Yeah.
I think that too. I think he was buried in the brass one because he probably, he had a commoner wife who couldn't really inherit anything, so he probably like left her all the shit and was like, go melt this shit down when I die. I don't know.
Yeah, she probably like took it to use it for money, and the brass one was worth the least, so that's the one he got buried in.
Yeah, I that's what I think.
Why would it have turned to dust by then?
I don't know. I think it just kind of like it molded away.
Yeah,
somehow.
that's the one he probably wore the most. So
yeah.
But also maybe that's why he was buried with it, because she was like, you know what, this was his favorite one.
Yeah, he looks so good in the brass.
You know, like when I think about him, I'll think of the brass nose, because you don't wear the silver or gold one all that often. Just special occasions.
Yeah, special occasions. Yeah. That was his practical everyday nose. It was like his jeans and t-shirt. So yeah, and he also would carry around a little pot of adhesive and dab it on periodically to keep it stuck to his face.
I just got a shiver. What? Like, and also back in that day, like, do you go to the bathroom and do that? No. Because you probably feel it loosening up. Like, you can feel it, like the top starts leaning off, and you can feel it digging into the bottom. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you're like, oh, shit. So you just pull it off, and you, like, rub some adhesive and stick it back on.
Fucking hell.
Ew.
Yeah.
Like,
it's like when your dentures fall out, and you're just like, oh, pardon me, you know.
But, like, did the adhesive,
let me get my Sensodyne.
Did the adhesive, like, build up? And, like...
like the glue that's on like mail, and you like pull it off in a strip. I'm sorry.
No, that was probably way better. That's like better adhesive than probably what he had back then.
Maybe
it was it was probably like slippery, like honey, and it just like if he like turned his head too fast, his nose is all.
It just flies off.
It lands in someone's peasant soup.
Ew.
Ew.
Oh, it's so gross, dude.
Okay, but what I thought was weird is like when I was doing research, all of the paintings I saw of him, except one, I think, had him painted with a normal nose.
Well,
But
I mean, I think everybody was trying to be
like
nice.
20. Oh yeah. Do you think he ordered them to paint his real nose?
It was like Photoshop. It was like I don't want, okay, but there are a couple portraits of where you can like see the like, where it's like, oh, that doesn't look like a normal nose. I don't know.
Ew.
I think he was kind of hot too.
What?
Yeah. He reminds me of like Tom Hardy a little bit.
No. He doesn't.
Have you seen
He's like flubby and like he wears that weird little like collar and hat.
Oh, I like it. I don't know why I'm like picturing him as Tom Hardy. Would
you fuck him with his nose off?
Hell to the nah. I'd make him keep that on.
Hell to the nose.
Hell to the nose. He could not ever go down on you.
Why? Because if his nose fell off, his like gluey stump would like stick to your clitoris, and then he would be down there forever.
Oh my god, I'm crying. No, you can't go down on me, Tycho. Your nose doesn't look stable. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
All right. Oh my god.
At least you would never have the problem of smelling down there.
Oh no. Oh. Do you think he lost his sense of smell? Oh my god.
I don't know. Well, if he was wearing the fake nose, he would. Unless it had like nostrils.
Well, so this is what I'm confused about. Was the tip of his nose gone too? I think it was just like the chunk in the middle, maybe. I don't know.
Oh, because I saw a painting and it was like the whole front part.
Oh,
was like,
okay.
Was like a different color and it was like very bulbous.
Oh, yeah.
I don't. Also, was it hollow or solid?
I mean, who fucking knows?
I
feel like it'd have to be hollow so that it like would stay on better.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Because otherwise you need like a leather strap built into it or something. Like, I don't know.
Then you look like Bane.
Yeah.
Tom Hardy.
Hardy.
Telling you.
Oh, God. Let's move on.
I know. Okay, so he was back in Denmark because he'd been all over at school and stuff. But he was back in Denmark in his like home place, whatever. Denmark was his original home. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he was in a new lab that he'd established and was like becoming a real astronomer. So it was there that he discovered a supernova in 1572, and published all his findings about it in 1573. He thought he had discovered a new star, but it was actually a supernova, which was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So this really put him on the map because he basically ended up disproving Aristotle, that was pretty groundbreaking.
Good for him.
Good for him.
Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
No. I would go ahead.
No. Yeah.
His observations were sometimes 5 times more accurate than the best available observations at the time.
Okay, I have a theory.
Okay.
So, like when you know like how he lost his nose, when you lose a sense, they say your other senses grow stronger to overcompensate.
Uh-huh.
Do you think that happened? Like I guess
Like he could see better?
Yeah. Like he could see better.
I believe that.
Yeah. Okay, but then that makes me think, because I've been thinking a lot about Helen Keller lately. Not unrelated. Just like I've been thinking. And then when I had this thought, I was like, oh, what happened to her? Like, what were her superpowers? Because she couldn't see or hear. So the other senses had to make up for it. And the other senses are touch, taste, and feel. Like, could she taste?
No,
gluten?
feel is, you mean taste, smell.
Yeah, smell.
And touch.
Yeah.
I think so. I think her smelling probably was the most heightened. She could tell probably if you were a sit down or stand up wiper.
By smelling you?
Yeah. She's like, you didn't get it all because you're a stand up wiper. She definitely had some superpowers. Yeah, so by 74, Tycho was a rock star in Denmark. He could have probably hitched a ride on the Starship with Led Zeppelin.
1574?
Yeah, not
not literally, but
yeah.
like he was at that level. He was of the caliber of a rock star.
Right.
Yeah, I get it.
Yep. Yeah. And this is like when he became the personal astronomer of the King of Denmark. Mm-hmm. He also inherited a shit ton of money when his uncle and biological father died. So his uncle died first, I think.
Yeah.
And then he inherited his money, and then his biological father died, and then he inherited that too.
That's the bonus.
Yeah. So he ended up becoming one of the richest people in Denmark at the time. He, at one point, basically owned 1% of all of Denmark.
Oh, my God.
That's insane. That's insane.
And he was just like a regular astronomer.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, he was making discoveries that were really groundbreaking. So
Yeah.
He's like Elon Musk or something.
Well,
I don't know.
He wasn't having to spend his own money. Denmark was like giving him a budget. So like he had his own money, and then they're also like, oh, but for your work, here's a bunch of money.
Yeah, right. So he had a huge fortress / observatory built on an island, and he ran that whole place like his own personal kingdom. This is like when he just starts getting real wild, because he can do like literally whatever the fuck he wants.
Yeah.
He has tons of money. He has an island. He's like observing space like no one else has before.
Good at it, because he was awarded the highest honor that the Danish give, which is the Order of the Elephant, which is ironic because elephants have a big nose. And he has a little baby nose. And
he has no nose.
It's like a hollow little nose. But good for him.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like Richard Branson, just like fucking shit up.
Yeah.
Like, has his own island, and he's partying hard.
Yeah.
He's living his best life, and he's only like 28 at this time.
Yeah. He's living his best life.
So he had at one point a pet moose. Yeah. Or maybe a pet elk. I don't know.
It's in the moose family. An elk is like a moose family.
Yeah, it's written in different things that I read as either or. And it was like tame as shit. Like it would like run alongside his carriage and stuff. He could pet it. It sounded pretty sweet.
They were best friends.
They're best buds, but sometimes he would get the moose really drunk, and like everybody loved it. I mean, I remember when we had house parties. This is not a cool thing to do, but people would give my dog beer and
Really?
you shouldn't do that. Yeah,
no.
you should. Yeah, yeah.
You freaked out that one time we gave your cat cheese.
Well, because he was fat as fuck, and he eventually did die of congestive heart failure.
Oh, yeah.
But I wasn't freaking out. I just,
Yeah.
he's too fat. But anyway, yeah, this poor moose, man, one time, I think he was probably having a party or something, and Tycho got the moose too wasted, and it fell down some stairs at his castle.
No, know what I think happened? I think it
What?
went to someone else's castle.
You think so?
Yeah, well, I read that it went, Tycho sent it to a friend's party. He wasn't even there. And
A stag party?
I know.
Sorry.
I was going to say, I don't think it's a coincidence that his name was Moose. Or, that he was a moose, because that's always, the frat brothers, name in all the 80s films. It's a moose.
Yeah.
Up.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, that
Who's
makes
ready to chug some beers? And the moose was like, I will do it.
Yeah,
and
hey.
it liked the beer, too. It was
Yeah.
who doesn't like a good Belgian beer? Or a good, I don't know,
beer.
Danes make beer? I don't know. But they're, close to Belgium, right?
Yeah. Probably, yeah, they're probably good.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I read that it, went to someone else's house party. Tycho's like, oh, yeah, you want to go to this party? Dude, I can't make it, but go have fun. And then it, fell down some stairs and died.
Oh, my God. So fucked up. And then he also had a little person who lived with him,
Yeah.
who's like you said earlier, who's his sidekick, jester,
Yeah.
best buddy, and kind of like a pet too.
Yeah.
To keep him company and entertain him, and read his fortune and stuff.
Weird.
So
Yeah.
it was really fucked up. His name was Jeppe, and he lived under the dining table, apparently.
That's a sex thing, I think.
I don't know, man.
I someone inferred in an article I read that
There's
a reason he was under there.
S and some D's.
Yeah.
Poor Jeppe. Aw.
Yeah.
Yeah, he also made him, tell his fortune and stuff like that, because
Weird.
little people apparently were mystical back then.
They're just
I don't know.
shorter. There's nothing different.
No. So yeah, he was running around being crazy. I think the king of Denmark really liked him, but then another king came into power, and he was like, what the fuck are you doing? Get out of here.
Yeah.
I think he got banished and kind of fell out of favor. But he's still doing his thing. Still going to parties, still a man about town, but he also had lots of he was a real big asshole, I think, too. And had lots of enemies, people that did not like him.
Yeah.
So as it goes with anybody who's a big personality, you get people who are fuck you. You're an asshole.
Yeah.
So yeah, what eventually happened to him is he kind of died suddenly. I can't remember how old he was when he died, but it was not a natural death, or so it seemed. He was only 54, which, pretty that's not, people were living into their, I don't know. If you're a wealthy person, you were probably, and you didn't have, all the diseases.
Yeah.
Like King Henry had some real health problems because he just ate and ate and ate.
Yeah.
But he died kind of suddenly, and it was believed for a long time he was poisoned.
Yeah.
So that was a really kind of mystery for a long time. So
By the king's brother, right?
right.
Yeah.
Or son, I don't know, son, I can't remember.
A relative of the king.
A relative of the king. People thought he was poisoned because he was allegedly fucking the queen.
Yeah, they were stupping. Allegedly.
They were doing it. And, okay, so what I read was that some people think it was the son. The queen's son.
Yeah.
Who may or may not have been Tycho's illegitimate son.
Oh.
Drama. So much drama.
Yeah.
And I think that was like the inspiration behind Hamlet. I
think people say that, but it's like undetermined because there was
it's undetermined.
Yeah, there was like another historical figure who it's like maybe based on.
Right.
But yeah, like there was some fucked up familial shit going down.
Some like weird shit.
Yeah.
So anyway, that was like the commonly held belief was that he was poisoned by mercury. Mm-hmm. So his body was exhumed in 1901, and I don't know that they had a good way of determining, but they couldn't. I don't think they had any conclusive evidence one way or the other.
Yeah.
And then he was exhumed again in 2010, and they determined that he did not die of mercury poisoning, that he died in probably one of the most embarrassing ways you can die, by holding your pee for too long and bursting your bladder. Which I didn't even know that was possible.
I didn't know that was possible. Wouldn't your body let go at some point?
So something that happens, and this can happen if you're extremely constipated too. Uh-huh. So your muscles contract to push things out of your body.
Yeah.
So, and I don't know that it works the same way for your bladder and your urethra, although I should because I just had tons of shit happen with it. But what can happen is the muscle contractions can reverse and can push it out the other way.
Oh.
Yeah. So I feel like it would have gone into his kidneys or something, but either way, the bladder is just like a sack, and it like expands and contracts as like liquid comes into it. So if it didn't have anywhere to go, if like the muscle spasms reversed, I guess it could happen. So like if you don't shit and you like and you are super super constipated and your muscles reverse, you could end up puking shit.
Yeah, I was just thinking that.
Yeah.
I wonder too though, like, because I don't know that they would be able to tell now, like hundreds of years later, but if he had like a prostate issue or something and he couldn't pee, like, do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
So it wasn't, because I also read that the reason his bladder burst, and I think this is like a dumb old wives' tale, but was because he was at some royal function and he didn't want to be rude and like go use the restroom. But I don't think that would happen to you in a day.
Well, yeah, I feel like maybe that was a catalyst for it.
Maybe.
Like he held his pee for too long, and then when he went to go pee, the urethra was like pinched or something and he couldn't pee, and they didn't know how to fix it. They didn't know how to like do what they needed to do to get the pee flowing.
Well, I think other people also say he maybe had a prostate thing because like he only peed in little amounts or something. I don't know. It's I mean, that's what happened though. His bladder exploded. Yeah,
and that's how, and he died from that. So, but it was really interesting when they did exhume him the second time in 2010. That's when they found out that he wasn't wearing a gold or silver nose. It was probably brass, but I like the idea that he had a nose for all occasions.
A fose for all occasions.
Yeah. But I do like the drama of thinking that, you know, he was poisoned.
Yeah.
And some people, when this was still a theory that he was poisoned, some people also thought that Kepler, his assistant, who the now famous assistant, poisoned him because they had kind of maybe a contentious relationship. And after Tycho died, all of the research was supposed to go back to the family, but Kepler intercepted some of it before giving it to them, and published a bunch of it and you know, he just got the data out there, which was very, like, Tycho Brahe was very famously secretive with some of his work, as one gets when you become kind of eccentric and egotistical. So so Kepler got a bunch of the research and published studies based on that. And he is very important in the world of space and astronomy because of that. So lots of important data, but a lot of it was from Tycho. So
wow.
Yeah. That's how. Yeah.
What an interesting little dude.
He died from piss, and he couldn't piss himself.
No. Well, ultimately, he pissed himself.
Yeah. Inside. He really pissed himself.
Oh, no.
Oh, dear.
I think
that's pretty much it.
Yeah, I think that's all we have. But I'm curious who, like, if this was someone living today, who do you think this would be? Like, so I guess, like, the qualifications would have to be they're very smart. And maybe it's multiple people kind of, like, melded into one. But they're very smart. Maybe they have a deformity. That's rude. They have weird friends. Maybe they're animals. Like, they like put too much into their pets. They have received high honors. That could be like a Golden Globe or an MTV Movie Award. It does, like, you know, in today's standards. Or a Pulitzer.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I feel like he's a real amalgamation of different people.
Yeah.
I've already mentioned, like, Richard Branson, Elon Musk.
Those are, like, the smart, like, somewhat eccentric.
That's the smart, yeah.
But those guys aren't, like, gross. I mean,
no, Richard Branson's pretty cool. I think Elon Musk is, like, okay. I think he has some, like, weird stuff too, but that's like the smart, like, rich guy kind of doing it for the world kind of people. But I feel like he's like a rock star or like a hip hop star, you know?
Also, yeah. Or like a football player or something that, like, is gets a lot of notoriety and is
real
famous.
Flashy. Yeah. Because you know, I know he had other noses. He was like he was like not, you know, it was like his like Jesus piece.
Yeah, he had like a feather one and one that was like one that was like diamond encrusted.
He was like, oh my God, what from Digital Underground?
Oh, I don't know what that is.
Did you ever? Oh my God, he had like a fake nose that he would wear all the time, and he was like from the 80s.
What? Ew.
Yeah.
Because he didn't have a nose?
I don't think so. He just did it. It was just weird. He was weird.
Maybe he's like kind of like Michael Jackson.
Maybe.
Because I've heard Michael Jackson had a fake nose.
Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, he didn't have much of one after all the plastic surgery.
That's the problem.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, there's two. He's definitely like just a crazy character.
Yeah.
And can't even imagine maybe like a little Kanye West. I don't know.
Yeah, like the bravado.
Yeah.
Of a Kanye. Yeah.
Very verbose. Very like.
Are there any celebrities that are like really behind some crazy shit right now? Like conspiracy theories or
aside from like the
Tom
flat
Cruise.
Earth. Oh, yeah, or like Tom Cruise, yeah.
Yeah, like Scientology shit. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, well, anyway, this guy was just a real character, and I kind of love him. I kind of have a little crush on him.
That nose though.
It's your chance to do the dance, the Humpty dance. Dun, 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 dun. Do me, baby. Do the Humpty Hump.
Now What's up? What you doing? Because I'm about to ruin.
Yeah.
I don't know the words. That's it. My name is Humpty. Pronounced with the
That's
umpty.
with the umpty.
All right.
Oh, God.
Let's end this before we hate ourselves.
Yep. All right, dudes. Thanks so much for listening. Follow us on all the things.
Yeah, at DTFU Podcast on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter.
Go to the website if you don't want to go to all those places, because that's where you can find more info.
DTFUpodcast.com.
Yeah, I updated the website. It has the new logo and stuff.
Yeah, looks good. Color scheme is tight.
Color scheme is looking good. We'll have T-shirts soon, so stay tuned for that. And
go to our Patreon, you guys. Like, listen, I'm going to take a second to plug what we're doing on there because, if you support us with your monies, then we can make more cool stuff. Some of the things we're making we're going to make a Q&A episode, so we'll answer your questions about whatevs. Like, literally ask us anything. Do you want to see our studio? Do you want us to talk about high school? Whatever, we'll do it. Probably, within reason, let's be real.
I can't talk about all the illegal stuff I've done.
No,
I can't.
Our moms listen to this still, so, we do have to hold some things back. But, we share most everything. We're making bonus episodes. We already have one locked and loaded. It's going to go up on October 1st. It's already scheduled. I loaded that shit up. It's ready. It's just going to go when it goes. And so as long as you subscribe before then as long as you support before then, you'll get access to that. We're going to do bonus video content with commentary over it, like Mystery Science Theater 3000. I'm
stoked.
I'm so excited for that. We need to pick a video.
Oh my God, I can't wait.
We're gonna do Google Hangout, you guys. There's so much fun stuff. More DTFU.
More of us in your ear holes. If you like it, it'll be more for you. And we have so much fun, and we get to get more out there with everybody else. I don't know, more you'll learn more about us personally, and it'll be so fun. So,
and you'll get an insider's look, because we don't cut much out from these things. But maybe sometimes we cut little things out if we riff on something for too long or whatever.
Lots of pee breaks that we have to get up and
blowing your nose breaks.
Yeah. Sorry I was so snuffly this episode, guys.
It's okay. No one cares.
But
yeah.
Yeah.
Anywho, so check out our Patreon. It's patreon.com. That's patreon.com/DTFU Podcast. Very fun. And I think that's probably it.
Yeah. If you're in the private Facebook group.
Oh, yes.
We're having so much fun in there. Get in there. Answer the questions.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys. Thank you again so much for your support, for listening, for your patronage, and we love y'all lots. And we'll keep doing what we're doing no matter what. So
be excellent to each other.
Be excellent to each other. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.